Grover was caught running down the road by an animal ranger. He had escaped the life that he had, which was chained up in a backyard. He was severely neglected and he was brought into Sydney Dogs and Cats Home, where I happened to be working at the time. And the second I laid eyes on him, I knew that he was the dog for me, and I swore that I would keep him safe and get him back to health and give him the life that he really deserved. He wasn't a pretty sight the first day I saw him. He is a beautiful dog now, very much back to health. But it took us a really long time to get him there. It took months of recovery. He came home with me that first night. I was just going to foster him for a few days, get him back to health, give him some love, let him sleep in a warm environment so he wasn't in a cold shelter. And a few days turned into a few weeks, and now we're almost at 2 years. So I'm pretty sure he's staying, and we would definitely never ever have him leave. But that process of recovery does take a long time, and what we found is that a very scared, a very fragile and anxious dog completely morphed into the most affectionate, beautiful, loyal dog. Probably in the space of a few weeks, his loyalty for us had really grown to the point where he came to us with no training at all. And within sort of those first couple of weeks, he would sit, stay, come when he was called. He would do anything we asked of him because he was trying to please us. So he's a very smart dog and picks things up very quickly, but that loyalty was just fierce from day one, so we knew it was meant to be. Animal rescue is a fantastic industry to work in. It's very different to anything I've done before. You see the very best in people, and unfortunately you see the very worst. Places like Sydney Dogs and Cats Home are really rare in the work that they do. They care for animals for as long as it takes to find them a new home, and I found a real passion in both working there and also in working with people that have that much love for these little creatures. Grover has been through a lot in his life. There's a lot of themes that run through the book, themes of neglect, abuse, bullying. There's a whole raft of emotions and situations that he finds himself in that really strike a chord, particularly with children, but also with adults. And I felt that the animals, and particularly Grover, were a great vehicle to use these books to tell the story of animal rescue, and I guess allowing people to think about things in their own lives and seeing that similarity in terms of the challenges he faces and the resilience that he has, how he overcomes things has just been phenomenal. And I think there's something in that we can all learn, and the books were a really powerful way to get that message across to kids. Seeing the books come to life has just been the most amazing journey. It's still quite surreal. I still pinch myself. This little guy helps to keep me real though, because every room that we enter, people recognise the dog, and then they still ask me my name. So my feet are still very firmly on the ground, and he's famous and just doesn't know it yet. So I think it's a good combination. He makes a fantastic touring author. He's very well behaved. He doesn't ask for much, a comfy bed, a couple of treats and a bowl of water. So he's a fantastic little companion, and he's had a ball this tour, and hopefully will with future ones as well.